StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as JNITMA.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 499.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, after this one, we're in the 500s. Last one before we hit 500.
That is unbelievable. Wow. Amazing.
hmm Yeah, we've been talking about knitting a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically watched one of my kids almost completely grow up, still a senior or still a freshman in high school, right? But
hmm
he was the baby on the monitor, as we like to mention here.
hmm
And yeah, an event spring up and some fun online activities spring up because of a global pandemic. And
hmm
here we are. Here we are.
Yeah. So how's it been?
Okay, we had a holiday concert at the high school this week, and I feel like I picked something up. I've been
Oh
sleeping a
no.
lot and blowing my nose a lot, and yeah, but I kind of expect that when I go into the high school these days. I think the last time I went into the high school, I also came out feeling unwell. I try not to touch my eyes and I try not to, but it's it is what it is. A bunch of yeah, almost adults or
hmm
children parading around as almost adults. So, how about you?
I haven't gotten much done, and feeling behind in all things in life, but yeah, it's good to be here with you all and being able to talk about the handful of things that I have been able to work on uh,
Excellent.
in this time.
Awesome. I did not have a ton of administrati. Again, things are happening behind the scenes. Look for that designer showcase email
Yes.
soon. We've got things in the works requesting for folks to sign up for that. And yeah, again, not much for public airing, but definitely things going on.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a matter of creating the form and setting up the email. Megan has done all the hard work of gathering our attendees into one spot so that I can get that out to you. So hopefully, uh, I'll have a moment today to be able to do that. Okay.
Excellent. All
Uh,
right.
shall I
Then we've got
start?
whips.
Or, yeah. So, uh, over over the holiday, the buying season, I wasn't in much of a buying mood. I didn't get do a lot of shopping. But one thing I did do is acquire the yarn for my daughter's blanket for when she goes to college. So we have this lovely green
Ooh, yeah.
gradient, and I'm switching it up. Last time I did just each color in succession and then repeated. There's only three colors here, so I'm going to be doing um, kind of like a uh, grouping the greens around the white. So it's coming together. It's good to get back into the Tunisian crochet, and yeah,
Got
and
me
this time,
jealous. What is the yarn?
this time I went with the Cascade 220, but I went with the Superwash Merino this time.
Okay.
So my son's blankets, the just Superwash, which is a blend of wool that isn't merino. So it's a little bit rougher or sturdier, as it were. And this one I went with, the merino. And
hmm
actually, because I was shopping and I just went, I wonder what Webb's has. I was able to get it at the Webb's discount, and I think that's 25% off, and it ended up being, a comparable amount of money
hmm
switching to the merino. So
Fun, fun. Yeah. You've got
yeah.
me wanting to do some Tunisian crochet now.
Yeah, it's just relaxing because I think I've chose just about the perfect square. I think this is 3 inches of knitting, or sorry, crocheting. And then I can move on to the next thing. It's just kind of like a little potato chippy that way.
hmm
My son's blocks were quite a bit bigger in his blanket.
Ah, yeah.
So this
Less
is
ends then. The ends are what get you when you do the smaller grain, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot more ends, but hopefully I'm gonna be good at doing them as I go because there's
Yeah, I
just the
feel like
wispies at
there's a
the
lot
end.
more fabric to hide the ends in Tunisian
Oh, true.
crochet as well, so it's a little
Yeah.
easier. But yeah, silver
Yep.
lining, silver lining.
Yep. So yeah, there's the back of the Tunisian crochet. It looks more quilty,
Hmm.
and then the front. Um, so I'm excited about that. And
Yeah.
then I've been working on the Woolens and Nosh Advent, and I've been I'm a little behind, but I'm keeping up with it. So there shouldn't be too many spoilers here if you are keeping up with it. So I have a marker here. I'm on day 9. So and
Nine.
it is the 12th. So
Well,
um
yeah.
you can see that we're transitioning out of the blues and we're
Hmm.
into the orange and yellow, and I'm excited to see what's next. But
Oh,
I know that when I got that orange on, I was like, change of color.
pop pop.
Yep. So excited to keep going on that, but I wanted to share that yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to keep up with it, but I think 3 stripes in a sitting is pretty easy, so we should keep up with it. Not too bad over the weekend.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, I had finished this sweater and tried it on,
Mm.
and I had so much yarn left over. And I was like, why do I have so much yarn left over? Well, I tried it on unblocked, and I think that it was like a mini crop. I mean, it was so short. Um, and maybe blocking, I could have gotten it down to my waistband of a high-rise jean, but no, it needs to be much, much longer. So I ripped off the bottom edge, and I have a marker where I I ripped
Wow.
this out, and I've
Yeah.
added this much so far, and I still have. This is only 2 balls. I still have this much left. So
Yeah.
when you don't need sleeves, the yarn really stretches out.
Does.
So I am making this wearable, I guess is what
Hmm.
we're saying here. And it's so beautiful. And I tried it on, and it does feel very tight. Or not tight, but like hugs every curve. But
Mm.
that's unblocked. Every time I worry about it because it feels like it looks skinny to me. And I
Yeah.
think that's just because of the length. But then I go, well, but block, like
Yeah.
this
But
thing
lace will
can,
really open up. Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah.
And just looking at, like how much give is it, I could block this out at least 10 more inches.
But yeah, you did the right thing by adding length. I was trying to explain this at work. I was using the analogy of a piece of fabric, and I was like, a piece of fabric can, stretch a lot this way, right? And a lot this way, but you can't do like both,
Both.
right? And so, yeah, with you wanting to add more length, like blocking it for length would have made it skinnier, right? So if
Yes,
you want that width, you need
a lot
the
more
length.
length.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting pretty close to where I think I wanted to add. I guessed that it would be about 6 more inches, and then if you stretch what I have now, it's around 4. So I think another inch of lace, and then onto some ribbing, and this will be done. So, but better to have one that you can wear than one that's finished. So
Yep.
we are working on that one. And then everything else has just been set down, set aside. I still have some travel socks that I'm trying to work through, but life has been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to, pick that up. It's weird. You get into those modes where you're like, I always have a few moments to knit because you're always waiting for something.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, lately I just haven't had a moment.
Yeah.
On my travel sock or anything so it's all kind of languishing. Like I am so tantalizingly close to one pair of socks. It's like, I'm like 3 stripes from the ribbing on the last sock. Like how is this not done yet? But I digress. But yeah, very excited of the few projects that I am working on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I alluded to it last week, but I'm working on the festive yoke sweater by Skein Deer. Similar to what you were saying about adding the length, right? Like I was like through a couple of the motifs with a different color, and I
Mm,
was like, oh, I definitely feel like this sweater, like looking at the finished objects, which there are many, the ones that I really appreciate are the ones where there's two solid colors. I was
mhm,
using a solid color and then like a tonal that was going from like a light green to a slightly darker green. And especially in some of these like one stitch color work, like there's not enough continuity. It's not touching another stitch um, for you to see like this is the same color. It's just kind
mhm,
of slightly changing. And so it's really hard. Like some of these snowflakes, for example, were like you couldn't see them, right? Like your eye was
mhm,
like, it's like one of those magic eye things. You kind of think you see what you're seeing, but you're like, nah. And I'm like, I'm not going to put a ton of work into this thing and have people be like, what is on your so yeah, the like very Christmas colors of this kind of plummy purple and a
mhm,
green are no more. But as I mentioned last week, I have this fun silvery blue. And yeah, much like you were saying with your socks, I've gotten to the bottom of this where it will just be ribbing. I was tempted to add another like of the, little speckle repeat and then another snowflake. But unlike what the pattern is written for, I've put a lot of positive ease into this. And so it could start feeling a little tunicky if I make it too
mm,
long.
right.
Also, it may grow a little bit. So I'm thinking about I may either try to wet block it or put it on put it on holders and see what I get as far as length. That was the other thing I
Mhm,
was noticing in the finished projects was that a lot of them looked really long. Like people were really
mm,
excited to add that motif. And while I enjoy, do have a long torso. I do enjoy a long sweater. I did not want it to be like, oh, it looked like she was just she's trying to get a little bit more color work in. I did also play around with, there's the festive doodle has like a cup of steamy coffee that I added in here and ripped out on the body. Mostly because it was like, oh, this is very like outdoor, I've got
oh, right.
trees, I've got snowflakes, and it felt very discordant.
Mhm,
Like, oh, yeah, I've got the reindeer. And it was like all of a sudden there was this like man-made thing. And again, they are all things that I enjoy at Christmas time, like a steaming all times, right?
mhm,
But it felt very discordant, so I ripped it out. So yeah, a little bit of perfectionism here on this. And like if I were talking about my FOs, my Paul Klee was like that as well, with picking the two
mhm.
colors that I wanted next to each other and the ones that were stacking up. um but I think I got it right. I think I nailed it, kind of like what you were talking about. your your whip, right? Like I made the right choice. It was hard in the moment, but I'm happy that with the choice that I made. So yeah, I got a
Yeah.
couple of weeks here till if I wanted to wear this to like a Christmas
Mhm.
festivity with my fam. Probably not going to make any sort of work festivities wearing it unless I'm only on Zoom and had
Put you
a
on one of those.
sleeves here and there. But yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying the fangirl fibers base. It's so soft. I keep looking at the tag and wondering if it has cashmere in it, and it does not. It's just really, really soft. So there is that. And
Mhm,
then we have had some wildly vacillating weather
mm,
here in
yes.
Minnesota. I think you've heard Amy and I complain about it a little bit. When I go out for my run, I have a couple of those ZK 5K tubes that we gave away. They were like you could put them around your neck and wet them and keep yourself cool. You can put them around your head as a headband. If you were out on Instagram and looked at any of my Madison half marathon pictures, Jeremy's wearing one of them as kind of like a hat. And I've been wanting one that's a little bit warmer, that it's a nice base layer. And I was
Mhm.
like, this is basically my love always.
It is.
It's just a tube. And it's nice because if you get warm, you can take it off and you can put it on your arm, like I've got it
Hmm.
got going on here. So yeah, I picked out a skein of I think this is Madeline Tosh Sea Glass mill end that I
Mm.
got from Simply Socks, and I'm just throwing random bits and bobs, doing about 6 of the little skip repeats in the contrast color, and I'm going to have myself a Love Always, which again is kind of a tube that you can turn inside out and make into a hat. You can double it up. You can make it into a headband, and then you can also wear it as like a balaclava, kind of like the
Hmm.
hoods that are very popular right now. Cover your ears and your face. Make that choice if it's really cold out, right? And so yeah, I've just really been, this has been like you were talking about your blanket, very potato chippy for me, of just like grabbing bits and bobs and throwing it in here, and just something kind of meditative. I did try to put it on my small circular that
Hmm.
I make my muscle burras out of. And for whatever reason, this is ribbing rather than stockinette. Like the stitches just don't push as easy when you're like flipping the yarn back and forth and
Mm.
doing things. So I did not enjoy the process of knitting on the
Hmm.
small circumference needles with this particular pattern. So I'm back on the longer, and then just magic looping it. Um, Small circumference is still magic looping, but like having the excess, I guess, and pulling it. So yeah, I may give it a try. It may be something that I'm just like my hands just want to do stockinette when I'm on those. But for whatever reason, yeah, it just didn't feel like it was quite right. So
Hmm.
yeah, making a running attire for myself, um, and something bright and
Hmm.
something fun. And then when Ellie was home for Thanksgiving, I think I mentioned this is my needle adjacent project. Once I finish up my current sweater, I'm going to make the Coffee Date by Samantha Guerin. Super fun, kind of textured. And yeah, Grandpa Sweater is
Hmm.
the name of the colorway, which is super fun. She says that she's forgotten the color.
Hmm.
So I did not show it to her, but it's 40% Como, 40% BFL, and 40% mulberry silk. And so yeah, it's really nice and squishy, and I think it's going to make a really nice. I'm not adding the mohair to the Coffee Date. It's just going to be just this. And Ellie was very specific. She does not want a raglan sweater. She wanted a drop sleeve.
Mm.
And so the Coffee Date has some fun texture. It has the look that she's looking for. Obviously, mom loves herself a good coffee date with her daughter. So it seemed all very
Mhm.
fitting and apt. And that's what's next up
Yeah,
for me on the needles after I finish up my festive yoke.
that would be really cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Your
I'm
daughter's
excited
almost
for
done
it.
with school, so it can be a graduation
Finals
gift.
coming up. Jeremy was thinking about trying to go to Madison has their Santa ride, which is a bunch of
Oh.
bicyclists riding in Santa suits this weekend. And he was thinking about going over. And she was like, I'm studying for I'm studying for finals. It's like, well, I can be in Madison and not spend time with you. But then he and I found a concert that we want to go to. It's going to be bitter cold,
Yes.
but fun to run around and when it's negative 25 wind chill.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're here for it though.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I need to get a designer showcase email out to you all that are
Excellent.
attending.
Yes.
And yeah, have a good rest of your week, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Ufta. All righty. Off we go.
Yeah, I know. I just started getting dizzy. I don't know why.